Hey everybody, this is Tambion and I'm back with another Transformers video review. This time I have Transformers Generations Armada Starscream. You can see right here, this is the IDW with the comic book and the figure. So, you can see that on the front, it's basic. And then on the back right here, you can see his little bio. And then he has his technical data. And then on the bottom, right here, some of the other figures that come in this line. So, alright, so let's get him out of the package and check him out. Alright, and here's our Armada Starscream out of his packaging and in his jet mode. In his packaging, he does come with his instructions, and I'm not really going to show those off on here. But on the front, it shows how to transform him from robot to vehicle, and on the back, it shows how to transform him from vehicle to robot. So yeah, robot to vehicle and vehicle to robot. So they have those all set. They don't have those little pictures on them like they did in the first couple of waves, unfortunately. But the comics still have the pictures on it. So for the figure, real quick. As you can see, it is a smaller version of the Armada Starscream. I never owned the original Armada Starscream. I wasn't really into that brand. I bought some of the first of the smaller ones, and I wasn't really too impressed with them, so I just didn't pick up the rest of them. But real quick, he does have landing gears, so you can fold those up. And then on the back here, if you press these orange bits in, they will fire a missile. And it's not a spring-loaded, it's actually a friction missile. And very first time I did this, I had a really hard time because I thought maybe I got to hold this and press this in, and that doesn't really work. So you have to press this in, and then you'll see the orange bit will go in. And don't worry about that. Then your missile will pop in. You can just press this forward again. So both sides do fire. Cockpit does kind of look like it comes open. I haven't figured out how to open it, so I just assume that it doesn't. So it's really nice. A lot of the stuff's hidden in the back. The only thing you can really see on the bottom, the only thing that you can really see really sticking out are the arms. So other than that, you can kind of see some of the head from the top, but that's not a big deal. So for transformation, we'll start. And then something else I didn't show real quick. Underneath the wings are his bladed weapons. That's where they're stored at, so you can see those also. So for transformation, again, we'll come down here and we'll start with the arms. You want to unpeg them from the wings, and they are pegged into the wing right here. So you can see the peg, and then the hole is underneath the wing right here. Just flip that down. These things fall apart real easily, and I'll get into that in just a little bit. That's kind of one of my nitpicks. Alright, so we'll flip that down. And once you have that, then we'll come to the legs. Rotate. And rotate. Spin that around like that. Fold in the wings, or the fins on his knees, and flip out the heel. Okay, so there we have that. And then go ahead and flip up the head a little bit, and then you want to flip down. Yes, down. I always kind of get confused on that. So then you want to take this, rotate it like that, and that'll actually push the head up. So once that head's up, then you push this down, then you'll push this cockpit down. And the cockpit, if you look underneath here, you'll see that there's two tabs, or two holes, or spikes, or whatever posts you want to call them. And then there's three holes right here on the kind of crotch piece right here. So you're going to take those two, and you're going to kind of just press in. They don't snap or anything. It's kind of mainly more friction. It doesn't really go in that well. But that's where that's supposed to kind of attach. Alright, so now go ahead and flip these down. Flip the wing bits up and flip out the fists. Alright, so then as I kind of showed before, on the back of the wings are his swords, so pull those off and they just tab in. You can see the little notch right there and then the little place where they tab into. Alright, and so for the swords, you just want to rotate them around. When I first got them, they used to pop apart all the time like that. See, I would just be careful with these things because I don't know. I'm always afraid that they're gonna break just because of how. Here, I'll pop it apart again. Just how thin this piece is right here. It kind of worries me. So, alright, so then you're gonna push those into the hand. Take this. And then whenever you do fold these back up, see how it popped apart, there's a tab right here and a little hole right here, tab, hole, and you just push those together and they kind of lock closed, or they're supposed to. Okay, so there he has his two bladed weapons in his hands. The original only came with one sword. Luckily this one comes with two. So his wing actually became his sword. So, but if you want to fire off his missiles, he does have an attack mode in this one. So you just flip this up and you can fire off the missiles just like the same as him in aircraft mode. So real quick for articulation, you come up to the head. The head is on a ball joint, so it can go up and down about that much. And you can turn left and right. And you come up here to the arms. There's a pinned joint right here, so you can lift the arm up. And then there is underneath here. Right here, you can bend it forward and then back a little bit. I think if you were to move the swing around, you can probably get a little bit more space. Then right underneath that shoulder, there's a twist. Then there's an elbow joint. Oops, that's not the elbow, that's the arm of the hand. And then that's just transformation. That I wouldn't really call that articulation. Come down here, there's no waist swivel, but you do have in the hip, you have a ball joint. You can't really get it out. If you move this up, you can move it back. You can move this leg back. Then you can move it forward. You can move it out because there's a cut where that ball joint is. Then right underneath here, there is a twist. Then knee. Then foot up and down a little bit. And toe, or not toe, but the heel you can move up and down also. Overall, I think this is a really good remake of the Armada Starscream mold. As you can see on his arms and on the top of the plane mode, he still has his Minicon connector ports. So you can actually still connect Minicons to him. They don't do anything, but you can still connect them to him. Just one thing, I would be careful of the swords. The swords seem a little fragile to me. With that, that's going to go ahead and complete my review of Armada Starscream. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter. This has been Tambiona, and I'll see you next time.